So the big Liberation Day of tariffs were announced yesterday. I thought I'd put on my healer hat and check in as your psychic big sis. How you doing? You holding up okay? There have been so many things happening the past week or two. My head is spinning. So many things, so much momentum in a positive direction. That's where I've been putting my focus on. But I know from reading my comments that that's hard for a lot of people because there's also a lot of scary things being said too. Now, remember, in the 4 a.m. club, we don't bypass our feelings. We are healers here. We do the healing work. So let's check in. For those of you who are feeling scared, anxious, angry, about to lose hope, let's go into that feeling. Let's open that up. Let's be a compassionate witness of that feeling. And let's heal. Imagine that I'm sitting next to you, or someone that you love and trust is sitting next to you. And this is a safe space to open up, to let it out, to cry, to tell me all your fears. And I'm going to listen quietly and put my arm around you and say, yeah, I know. I'm going to validate all of that. It's very loud out there, and some very stressful, terrifying things are being said and being promised that are going to happen. It's absolutely understandable, especially for you who you hold the world on your shoulders. You have to take care of yourself, and you're likely taking care of other people, whether that's your kids, your parents, your partner, the people around you, even if it's just your fur babies. The emotional well-being of yourself and others relies on you. So of course you're feeling stressed. Of course you're feeling uncertain of how you're going to shoulder the burden. I understand. We're going to honor this feeling and honor this space because it's honest. It's real. It's okay to be scared, and it's okay to not always be strong and not always have the answers. And it is okay to take time to put down the weight of those who rely on you. Just put it all down. When we honor and make space for these feelings, we can release some of the tension, release some of the burden. And when we do this in the presence of a compassionate witness, we do feel that safety, and our nervous system says, we can relax, we are being held, it's okay. And it's only from feeling that sense of safety, however briefly, that we can then release enough of our burden to find our strength again. And to remember that out of all of the days of our infinite lives, we have survived. We found the strength. We found a way. We've been okay. Maybe not great. Maybe we've been through some really hard times. Maybe we're afraid those hard times are coming back. Maybe we never left those hard times. Maybe we're still in it now. But we've survived. We have found a way. And when we start to relax in the safety of that, and the safety of our resilience, not just individually, maybe we don't feel strong, maybe we've never figured our shit out, but humanity has. Humanity evolves, humanity survives, we move on. So once you feel the safety of that, you can start to look for other perspectives. What else might be true? What else might be happening that I couldn't tune into because I was so focused on my pain? What else might be just around the corner? What else is happening right now that I didn't see before? I'll tell you some of the things that I've been seeing that give me hope. First of all, big news today is the big march around the country, and millions of people have RSVP'd and are expected to turn out. This is going to be an incredible momentum shifter, because remember what Spirit has been saying, that the more the people use their desire, their will, their energy to push for what they do want, rather than being afraid of what they don't, that shifts the energy for everybody, that moves the timeline along in an upward, positive direction. And you know what else is really important to know? That the tariffs haven't happened yet. He announced them. He made this big show. He called it Liberation Day, swinging his little D around, trying to act tough. But they're not a done deal. They haven't happened yet. Meanwhile, senators and congressmen on both sides of the aisle are fighting to take back the tariff power. This is happening right now. Now, what you're seeing in the newspaper are journalists doing their job. Journalists are taking the news and saying, okay, what will happen if this goes into play? And they're asking experts, they're asking people to project into the future of what will happen. But that's the important word, is project. It's not happening yet. It isn't happening right now. It is not a done deal. And those scary things that they're telling us are not inevitable. They are not certain. Because you know what else is happening? The FAFO's getting real loud. I hope y'all are watching my reposts, because if you're scrolling, you're just getting the doom. If you scroll through my reposts, you're not only getting hope and excitement, but you are getting the news that the mainstream doesn't know about or isn't reporting on. Not only are key figures in the MAGA crowd starting to defect, maybe they're players we don't want, like Joe Rogan, you can keep him. Ben Shapiro, you can stay over there, we don't want you. But it's also happening on the ground floor. People are talking about the subreddits that are going off. People are talking about the people in their lives, their neighbors' MAGA flags are coming down. The tide has turned. Things are shifting. And so remember that for all the big scary talk, for all the stock market tumbling, for all the tariff nonsense, for all the fear that's going out there, this is waking up those people who were fooled. And as more and more people wake up, we're joining together against him, against what that man is trying to do, against what that would mean for our country, for our economy, for all of us. And just remember that every time he said a thing, the system of checks and balances has worked, has blocked him. There are hundreds of lawsuits around the world. There are judges who are blocking things left and right. He's doing everything by executive order because he doesn't actually have the power to do it the proper way, through Congress, through the Senate. He doesn't have the power. And the more he realizes this, the bigger he's going to act, the louder and tougher he's going to talk. But it's all talk. So while it could get a little bumpy, please trust that this is not the end. They're going to get loud. They're going to get mad. They're going to do everything in their power to hold on to their control, but they don't have the power. The people do. And more people are waking up to that fact, fighting back, pushing back, joining our energy against what they do. And as we do this, Spirit has said this over and over, as we do this, the red team no longer has power to draw from. We're taking it back. So hang in there, fam. You are doing great. You are doing great. You are making it through the most difficult decade that anyone's ever been through in modern history. You're alive. You keep coming back for more. You keep showing up here. You keep looking for hope. You keep trying to find a reason to go on. That is strength. That is courage. You are amazing. We're doing it together. I got you, fam. Let's keep going.